Hello students, in this video we will discuss destructuring and how destructuring can be applied on arrays. Destructuring is an expression in JavaScript. It is used to unpack the values of an array or the properties of an object. After destructuring, those properties or values can be put inside a variable. Now, what is the use of destructuring? It simplifies the processing of accessing and altering the values or properties of an object and arrays. It was introduced in ES6, enhancing the code readability and efficiency. In the coming slides, we will discuss more about its applications and what are the benefits of destructuring. Now, as an application, we have considered arrays. So, if you observe the example over here, we have a constant variable of array and whose values are 1, 2. When we try to print the respective values, we will get the respective values 1 and 2. So, here in this example, if you observe carefully, we have individually tried to print A and B. So, this is destructuring. A and B were in a structure and we have destructured it by individually printing their respective values. Okay. There is one condition to destructuring, that is the order. The order is important. Variables A and B get first and second values respectively, and if we interchange the variables, still we will get 1 and 2, but technically that is a wrong or undesired output, isn't it? So, using rest parameters to handle remaining elements. For example, we have a number of array variables here, okay, and we have their respective values. So, rather than going after all the variables like a comma b comma c comma d, we can use the first variable followed by rest. Okay. So, it prints the first value followed by the remaining values. Okay. So, here in the last example you can observe console.log rest. So, except the first value which is in variable A, it has printed the remaining values. So, we can use rest method to destructure multiple values of multiple variables. Okay. So, this is about the destructuring syntax and how we can destructure it. In the coming slide, we will see more examples. So, the practical applications of destructuring. So, often we come across situations in data structures where we have to swap the values between variables, and generally we take a third variable like temp and we do the swapping. But in this case with destructuring, we need not require the temp variable. Okay. For example, here we have a variable, let a equals to 1 and b equals to 2. Okay. And we can easily interchange them. We can easily interchange them using the concept of destructuring. So, in the beginning, I have told that the value that needs to be destructured has to be enclosed in square brackets. Same has been applied here. The variables that needs to be interchanged has been placed under square brackets and they have been swapped. Then destructuring can also be applied in functions. we have a function. Now we need to extract multiple values. Extraction in the sense returning. Okay. So here we have a function called getScores, and we have we want to return three different values. Okay. So here I have used const followed by these different variables, and I want these values to be placed in these variables respectively. Okay, and that can be done. Again, I placed these three different values in square brackets, and that itself does the destructuring process. And 70 is placed in math, 80 is placed in science, 90 is placed in English. Okay. So pretty simple and yet very effective concept. Okay. What are the various practices and considerations regarding destructuring? The first point, destructuring is used for enhancing the readability and maintainability. Okay. Using destructuring, the code becomes more readable and maintainable. And when to avoid destructuring? Avoid destructuring if it leads to less clear code or when dealing with highly nested structures. There comes a time when we write a code that has lot of nested structures, a block within a block. In such cases, it is recommended not to use destructuring because it leads to confusion and less efficiency. Okay, and the most important point here is the destructuring creates variables that are not declared. Okay, that means they do not use var, let or const. Okay, uh, so they do not create let, var or const. Okay, so that leads to the reference errors if not used properly. Okay, I'll explain you this part in the previous slide. If you observe here, it did not declare. Here I did not use any variables let, const or var. Okay, and even in the above here, if you observe the syntax, I did not use let, var. Okay, if you use let over here, it will lead to reference errors. Okay, that is what the last point meant. Thank you.